But it's not only Iraq that we have to be concerned about. We have more problems, more threats, more difficulties around the world than we've had in many years. President Bush's policies have alienated our friends and emboldened our enemies. And therefore, the next president is going to have to send word out that we're going to start working together. I have said that I won't even wait until I'm inaugurated. The day after the election, I will ask distinguished Americans of both parties to travel around the world on my behalf with a very simple message to governments and peoples alike. The era of cowboy diplomacy is over. You know, I said that at an event the other day, and a friend of mine came up who is a rancher in the West, and he says, you know, don't equate us with what they've been doing. We don't want to share that responsibility. Because if you think about it, you can't be a leader if no one is following. And every problem we face, from global terrorism to global warming, to global epidemics, to global competition, we've got to find common ground wherever we can with other countries. We can't tackle all these global problems on our own. Previous presidents of both parties understood that. That's why they did diplomacy. That's why they engaged in summitry. And we're going to get back to doing what worked. We're going to lead the world with our values and our ideals as well as our strength. But you know, we have a lot of work to do here at home, because everywhere I go around America, and you heard Juan talking about the problems right here in Fresno and the Valley, everywhere I go, people feel like they are invisible to their government. They don't think anybody in the White House, anybody in Washington, sees what they're going through. You know, if you're working as hard as you can, and Americans work harder than anybody in the world, our productivity is higher than any other workforce. But when you're working as hard as you can, and you still can't afford health care, you feel invisible, don't you? When you're working as hard as you can and your job gets outsourced to somebody who can make a lot less than you need to live on, you feel invisible too. When you feel that you're working hard and you can't find affordable child care, so how do you balance family and work? You feel pretty invisible. When you worry about your parents and your grandparents and whether they'll be taken care of as they get older and you don't know where to turn for help, you feel invisible as well. But I never thought I would see the day when the young men and women who serve heroically in Iraq and Afghanistan and who come home wounded would be warehoused and forgotten and made to feel invisible as well. I want to tell you here today that none of these people are invisible to me, and they will not be invisible to the next President of the United States of America. I want our economy to start working for everybody again. It used to produce shared prosperity, and it wasn't so long ago. You know, back as far as the 1990s, which is within human memory, we saw the creation of 22 million new jobs and more people lifted out of poverty than at any time in our history. I know we can do that again, and here's what I'm proposing. Number one, we've got to start creating more good jobs to drive down the unemployment rate here in the San Joaquin Valley and across California and America. The best way to do that is by investing in clean, renewable, alternative energy that will put Americans to work producing homegrown energy.